Hello there.
How do you do?
Is it David?
It's David, yes.
Just having a quick look through your resume that you've filled out for us. You're into your mediumship, your spiritualism, ghosts. Have you actually seen any ghosts?
Yes, when I was playing in a band and we were practising in a very old Catholic church underneath into the basements. And whilst we were there, we did one particular track, and as you were just checking all the instruments before the next track, I looked up and to my left, I saw a Jesuit priest that just crossed from one side to the other. And I looked to my right, to my good friend, and I said, and he looked at me, and it's that sort of, did I just really see what I saw? We tested each other out and we both saw it. So that's what really got me into this.
Before that happened, would you consider yourself a sceptic or a believer?
Total sceptic. I was a devout Catholic. I mean, I'm very into the spiritualist church at the moment.
Do you believe in everything then? Because I've noticed you put mediumship, spiritualism, paranormal. How do you see the difference between them?
I don't see any much difference between any of them, really. I think they've got to all intertwine to each other. Each path has got to be different, if you want to call it that.
David, have you ever been on a paranormal investigation?
I actually conduct paranormal investigations with a friend of mine.
So are you a group or a company or...?
No, we just do it
Just
for
a
the
group
fun.
of people.
For the fun.
Have you got any tools that you take with you?
You name it, we take it.
Thank you very much. That's all, thank you.
David Lawson, I liked him.
I didn't like him.
No, I liked
I
him.
thought he was full of shit.
What, do you think it's because you think he knows it all?
It is, he's a know-it-all.
Ray, what are these? Explain, please.
Well, as I've got as a good sense of humour, I think, well,
Yeah.
I thought being these spirit guides. Absolutely.
Lovely jacket as well.
Well, thank you very much.
It's a great jacket. Where have you got this from?
Actually, I got it, Cheddar Gorge.
Yeah.
If you're drawn to something, you just have to go with it.
That's it. So if you was drawn to your spirit guides, then...
Well, basically, yes. Lighten the mood a little bit.
do you think your spirit guides will show you the way of how to get to the judges?
Hopefully, you'll put a smile on the face.
Help! Please, help me, help me! Everywhere I go, I keep seeing spirits in front of me.
Your jacket. Turn around. Have you just come back off your jollies?
Hey, do you want to take a seat again for us, please?
Okay.
Well, I was on holiday and I was walking past the shop. I just had to go into this shop, and this is the jacket I picked up.
What country were you in?
Actually, I was in Britain.
You put loads of information on here. You seem to be very much interested in nature, animals and Native Americans. Would you say you are a medium or a psychic?
I don't know, I don't really class myself as any of them. I've had so many experiences. How can I put it? Some of it I do understand, but there's an awful lot I don't. Well, when I was a child, I was about 7 years of age, they seen a spirit sitting on the end of my bed. And that didn't scare me. What really did scare me was when she just materialised and all white lights shoot up into the corner and then started spinning around dead fast. That's what scared the hell out of me, to be honest.
Do you believe you've awakened your Kundalini?
Well, I hope so.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, and thank you for entertaining us.
Are you going to exit like you came in?
Yeah, we'd like to see that.
I like him. He's very hot.
Thumbs up.
How long does each episode last? Because it could go on for hours and hours and hours.
Well, thank you very much for taking part, Ray.
A harmless weirdo.
Well, thank you very much for having me. It's been a pleasure.
All the way down from Lancaster to Wigan.
Lancaster, yeah.
You really want to do this,
I don't know, really.
Now, I've also looked at your phone.
Yeah,
What have you done within the paranormal industry?
nothing at all.
What if we went somewhere really, really bad and scary and horrible? How would you react to that?
I always thought I would be absolutely terrified to the point I would wet myself. Wendy was saying, oh, there's a really evil spirit in the corner down here. Does anyone think that they could come to that? It was me, I was there.
When you're not doing things with the paranormal, then what do you do then?
I actually work for Asda.
Do you?
So it's basically, at the moment, keeping fit, going to the gym, family life.
Well, let's see what happens when you go in then.
Yeah.
It's April, isn't it?
It is.
Why have you come here and what are you hoping to get out? out of it?
About a month ago, we went to the Winter Gardens in Morecambe. My boss's daughter has cystic fibrosis and we went to raise money. I thought we'd just be sat there, seeing if anything scared us, and that was it really. So I took a big bag of food, loads of munchies, thought we'd sat there. When we got there, we were doing visuals and going round, did the Ouija board, and it was really funny because where I thought I would be really, really scared, I wasn't. When you'd said, there's an evil spirit in the corner, is anyone brave enough to go and have a look? That was me, I was straight there. When I was doing call-out things, spirits were responding to my energy. So it was just very, very interesting.
Do you analyse everything that you see? Or do you question it as well?
I think I have been doing recently, especially after going there and thinking, why has that happened? Why have we done this? Is there a reason why that's happening? Is it leading me somewhere? So yeah. It's definitely the spiritual side, wanting to go into somewhere really spooky and seeing if we've got any spirits in there or if I can feel anything. I really want to see. I mean, I do believe, but I want it to happen to me. When we were in Winter Gardens, I was going, can you touch one of us? Can you touch me? When I was doing calls out, I wanted to be touched because I wanted to say, yeah, I've done that, and yeah, it touched me.
Thank you very, very much for coming along. Thank you.
It's been a lovely day.
Thank you very much, and thank you for your time.
Thank you.
How did that go?
It was very different from anything I've done before, but really, really interesting. Not so much scary.
Was it like the worst job interview you've ever been to?
No, I've had a lot worse. No, it was fun.
Excellent, thanks very much for that.
You're welcome.
Safe trip back to Lancaster.
Thank you.
When you first look at this, you look at it, you think boring, you think can't be bothered.
Yeah.
You speak to her, you think, yeah, very honest, down to earth. She said exactly. She knows nothing. She's more interested in, and it's a definitely yes from me.
Yeah, I like her. I think she'll be really good.
Yeah.
You can tell she's a people person because when anyone asks a question, she looks straight at the person who asked the question.
Yeah.
She is professional and she wants to be touched, so that's where Ray could come into.
So where have you come from?
Huddersfield.
You have travelled the furthest today to get here.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
Yes, very excited.
Is this like going to be the worst job interview you've ever been to with like four people sat just
Yeah.
staring at you? Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, my stomach's going now.
Have you ever done anything like this before?
No.
Obviously, want to see what they think of you?
Go on then.
Hi Paula, do you have an interest in paranormal investigations?
I have an interest in anything that's not of this earth, shall we say. I watch a certain TV show.
I was just going to say, do you watch?
Yeah. Yes, I do. And there's a certain lady that screams a lot and that kind of does my head in. But other than that, I quite like the show.
I believe in the spirit world, and I just believe that, you know, if your husband is around, he would not want to upset you or scare you, and this is why they come to you while you're dreaming.
Why I would?
So it is.
I would. If it was me, I'd want to scare my fella.
Well, you're fair. Scary now, but you know, so there's nothing to worry about. What we're trying to do is trying to open up the sensitivity of people, trying to help them, you know, sense things, you know, help them develop their psychic ability.
I'm not a screamer as such, so...
You're not a screamer?
No, I won't get...
And you do know that it's not always like that. You can be sat there all night and...
Nothing.
Thank you.
Thanks, Paul.
Bye.
See ya.
See ya.
Bye-bye now.
What have you written? Let's have a look.
I like her, and I think the people who would watch the show would like her as well.
Wouldn't be like by
Wendy.
Again.
Yes. I can tell.
I've put unsure, to be honest.
Do you like her, Wendy?
She's unsure.
I've put
So that's a
unsure,
no
to be
then.
honest.
I feel she's nervous and she's sensitive, and I think even though it is, I can't remember how long her husband has passed, it's still raw. She's sensitive.
She'd just be very much in there with everybody. She'd learn everything.
The thing that worries me though is she's had absolutely no experience whatsoever, so she doesn't
Which is
actually
better.
know. Well, it
Yeah,
is
but
good,
that's
but
a good thing.
What if
That's a
she
good
does
thing.
it and she doesn't like it, and she might just say, "I don't want to do this anymore. This is boring."
Then if she does that, she walks.
My name's Mick Green. I'm 34, from Tipton myself, 5 children, HGV driver, but also into the paranormal.
Okay.
Readings, one-on-ones, I've done platform work in churches. Basically, I just like to be involved with the paranormal world.
How do your workmates take to your side on this?
It's hard to explain it to them because they're total sceptics and non-believers.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, they have to understand what I also do in my spare time.
Have you ever had anything where you've just gone, wow, that is amazing?
Yeah.
What was that moment?
My friend's pub, we was investigating in Bilston. I caught a good photo, but my daughter caught an absolutely astonishing one.
Okay.
She actually caught a man in the mirror, sitting on the stool.
Right.
Totally naked.
Really?
With his back to you, but his head facing you.
Oh, I'll tell you what, let's go through to the panel.
Yeah.
And let's see what they think then.
Brilliant.
Let's do
Cheers,
it.
mate. Thank you.
How you doing? You okay?
I'm fine, thank you, mate.
You say on your CV you've done paranormal investigations and ghost hunting.
I do, yeah.
I just want to ask you one question. What do you think of orbs, real or fake?
I believe that they're real in a kind of way, but a lot of people, to me, they can mistake an orb, saying it's an orb and it's actually a dust particle or something.
Who inspires you on a paranormal or on a spiritual level?
I do like Tony Stockwell.
What made you go into this?
Dave Williams, he came out to my house the one night to give me a reading because I'd lost my uncle because he died in front of my eyes, suffering really badly from me. He come to my house, give me my name, told me a lot of stuff, and then he says, how long have you actually been communicating with spirit? And at that stage, my wife didn't know nothing about it. I think my mum did, but from an early age, I knew I got something, but I was too scared to use it.
Thanks for that. Okay, we'll let you know.
Okay.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you. Cheers.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Mate, you've just had your audition.
I have, Mum.
Your views.
I was very nervous.
Yeah.
Very nervous, but I'm glad it's over.
Good luck, mate. We hope to see you
Cheers.
back then.
Thank you.
Right,
Thank
see how
you
you've
very
done.
much. Thank you.
Right, so Jenna, welcome.
Thank you.
Tell us about you.
Well, I'm a natural psychic.
Okay.
I have slight mediumistic abilities
Right.
that I'm currently developing. I do psychic fairs, so I read the tarot, the runes, and I have done Meeting a Medium. I have a very big interest in the paranormal itself. I do attend ghost hunts and I have worked at ghost hunts, and I am currently trained to be a parapsychologist. Yes.
You're in a room. Could you tell something was about to happen before it happened? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Has that ever happened before?
Oh, yes.
And let's see how you do with the judges then. Here we go.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello. I'm just reading through your notes. I noticed you've decided to study parapsychology. I just
Yes.
wondered what was behind that decision.
Mainly driven by my need to know more about the paranormal sections and what goes on and how you actually investigate ghosts in a scientific way, because I am psychic to a certain extent, but I have a need to be scientific as well.
Right.
So I went into the parapsychology because I need to know the scientific basis to find spirits, so I can then discount what is and what isn't real.
Do you think we are communicating with spirits here, or we're actually communicating with maybe another dimension?
I have a very specific view on ghosts and spirits themselves, and I actually believe that there are like 3 different types of ghosts or spirits.
You know what? I was watching from the back. He was actually really confident.
Yeah, it's something I'm very interested in, and I would like to have the opportunity to go further within it. So I'm hoping I did good enough to get through.
What could you bring to us?
Well, obviously there's my psychic ability, which I hope will help them, and I will improve with that. But I also like that I am quite analytical in a lot of things I experiment with on the ghost side of it. So I'm hoping that my straight thinking and my psychic ability will help them decipher whether it's real or not.
Excellent. Tell us about yourself then. What can you bring to us?
Well, I'm a medium. I have been for the last 18 years. I host my own radio show. I like working big stages.
Right.
I like working anything to do with spiritualism.
How's about the paranormal world? Are you involved with
Yeah,
that?
I've done quite a bit of paranormal investigations as the medium.
Let's take you through to the judges and see how you do then.
Hi, Michael.
Hi.
Okay, do you know who the Fox sisters are?
Yes, I do, yeah. Yeah, I know that they were the 2 youngest that brought spiritualism to the forefront of what it is today. They heard voices, rappings and tappings, and through the investigations they found a body buried down in the cellar walls.
Do you believe everybody is psychic, in a few short words?
I believe that we all have the ability to be psychic, but not all psychics will become mediums.
Michael, your views. You've just had the big audition.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was nice to meet the panel and see what happens from here on.
Susan, welcome.
Thank you.
Where have you come from?
Northampton.
Northampton.
Yeah.
Tell us about you.
Tell us about me. What can I tell you? I've been aware of spirit since I was small, since about 3 years old. And I've been working publicly now for about 15 years.
Right on.
I'm very lucky because I travel the world with what I do.
Oh, that's lucky, that. That's
it's
lucky.
Amazing. Yeah, it's lovely.
But you don't seem to be nervous, you seem okay.
No, I'm used to this sort of things.
You're a pro at it now, then. That's
Well,
right.
I don't know
That's
about
what
a pro.
you said. That's
I
what
don't
you
know
said.
about a pro.
Well, let's take you through to meet the judges then.
Okay, excellent. Thank you very much.
Hello, Susan.
Hi.
My name's Lorraine.
Hi, Lorraine.
We've just been reading through, and I see that you are a working medium at the moment.
I am, yes.
And that you've worked with Colin Fry.
I have, yes.
So may I ask, why have you auditioned today?
Because I'm interested in branching out. For me, I love doing the private readings, I love doing the public demonstrations, etc. But there's no bigger medium than media. And for me, what's important is putting out to the public that this isn't scary.
Do you feel as though you need to have equipment?
As a medium, no. I'm not just interested in the spooky stuff, as I call it. For me, I love the technical stuff because it proves what I'm sensing, what I'm seeing, what I'm feeling. So as a medium, no, I personally don't need it. I'm also a spiritualist, and people say, you know, you shouldn't have an ego to be a medium. Well, I'm sorry. I believe that I have got an ego. I just hope I'm not egotistical.
Susan, thank you very much.
No, thank you very much for having me. Thank you, thank you.
Susan, I thought you were really great. Then you went in there, you was really confident. You was like, this is me, this is what I'm about.
I am what you see, what you get.
How do you think it went?
I'll have to wait and see.
What did the spirit say?
I'm just go down to the bar and find out.
Okay, we'd like to thank you for coming today and to stay till the evening. We've read through your application forms, and everybody who we've auditioned this afternoon is gone through, and everybody else has as well. So thank you for coming. From here we'll be doing an investigation of this venue. So thank you for coming, and we'll see you later.
Thank you. Thank you.
I always find that when I've been to some of the most haunted places that you go to are on main roads, and I just sometimes wonder, is it something to do with infrasound? What do you think of the place?
Brilliant.
Has anyone picked anything up since you've come in? Has anyone got any objections to turning the lights off?
No.
Just to get your senses?
I know that there's been a hanging or something here. There's got to be a Cromwellian link here as well, so without a doubt.
There's a gentleman just walked in the middle of this part of the room. He's quite tall, he's about 5'8", 5'9", quite a heavy set build. He's pacing up and down. I don't feel as though he's very happy that we're here. He's quite anxious.
Does he does he feel anxious?
Yeah.
Because I feel really anxious.
But I don't feel as though he likes women very much, and they shouldn't be in this room or up here on this level. He doesn't just stay here, he travels up and down this corridor as well, on to the right of us.
I've only ever done one paranormal investigation. It was for charity, but I am a really happy people person.
Yeah, for me to go in those.
Don't have to interview us.
But I feel really quite miserable and angry and really palpitations, very, like you say, anxious. I can feel anxious.
When you say you're hot, I'm literally burning. I'm burning, you can actually feel it.
What's the temperature in the centre?
24.2.
So it's actually cooler over here than it is in the centre.
You are behind the
But it
window.
feels really warm
Yeah.
here. So my ears are burning now.
Has anybody got an EMF?
Yeah.
Just want to put it on the edge of that table between between this young man and this lady.
Was somebody really deep breathing then?
Yeah, and do you want to feel the heat here by my hand?
There was
Can you
something.
take a few random smack shots, please, mate?
Yeah.
2 or 3 consecutive shots.
Just
in front of where I'm stood.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
It's
2
or 3.
signal it is unbelievable. I can feel it in under my
Right,
fingers.
I'm going to flash, so be careful.
Well, the temperature in the middle of the room is now 21.2.
Flash. Can you touch somebody else in the room, please? Give them a quick nudge, whisper in their ear, knock on the table.
If you want to have a move around the room, have a bit of a move around and then you can turn the lights off again.
Are you a male? Can you make the meter on the table blink up high for yes and leave it on 1 for no. Are you female?
Flash.
Yeah.
Can the gentleman come forward?
The meter's just moved.
Yeah, when your temperature's 21.5.
Come forward into the middle of the room. Flash.
Are we saying there's a gentleman on this side of the room?
It's in between us.
What is it?
Sing it.
Ring the roses.
Right, then you've just confirmed what I've been getting. Thank you for that. There's definitely a pox thing going on here, so I can smell burning bodies as well.
I could smell a nasty smell about 5 minutes
so
ago.
there's got to have been something to do with.
I feel really sick now.
Oh God, what's it called? Not the pox. What was it called? That's the word I'm looking for. Hence the ring of roses.
Right, what are you getting here now on this side?
There's been a pile up of bodies here. I want to go downstairs, so I don't know if this was used as a hospital. Your man, I think, in actual fact, must have been a doctor or something like that.
But apparently, according to one of the people, this would have been used as a morgue over the years.
Laura Salazar,
Oh, seriously, you do not want to see what I'm seeing through you. Don't look through the camera. James, come back to us. James. James.
James, come back to us, love.
Come back to us, James.
James. Come back to us, James.
Yeah, he's coming back. He's starting to stand up. He looks like he's back in his normal position. Yeah. He's turning around, back facing. Let's come back.
James.
James.
James. James. Is this you, love?
Yeah, he's back now.
James, you okay?
Yeah, he's fine. Just let him just chill out. I can see you later, don't worry.
Oh.
This is spirit activity. Battery's gonna go, it's just completely drained the battery.
My son, who's 20, is at Liverpool Uni. He was here one Christmas. He'd be about 12 then. I had 8 years ago. Yeah, about 2001, 2002. And what happened? They ran out of ice.
We feel that there's a gentleman down in the back room.
To me, the way he's come across to me, he's been very abusive. His language, I don't like his language.
My son got the ice out of the ice machine here. So anyway, he came in here and he was getting the ice and he heard a noise. And when he turned around, there was a gentleman sitting here on one of the barrels, astride the barrel.
And he's quite aggressive.
I ain't saying this gentleman's domineering.
He's turning up, he's pushing us away.
He really doesn't want you in there. He doesn't want you to find out what he's been doing.
When we got him to draw him, I don't know, I've got the picture somewhere, he drew him with a top hat.
How might he be dressed?
This chap.
Drew him with a three-quarter velvet coat.
He's quite smart appearance.
When it was all dark and
In all honesty, the way I'm seeing him, he's got a very long, dark cloak or something like that.
Spats.
Boots, what's boots on?
He's very smart.
Round here.
Trousers are tucked in.
Well, the way he looks to me means he's got to have had money.
It's what Victorian gentlemen possibly would have used because all the horsemen here are crossing the road, and they'd remove the +4s when they'd come in somewhere, and then they'd clean the trousers, keep them nice and clean.
To me, he'd have been a wealthy man.
So that was the thing he added, because he would not have known about it though as a 12-year-old, you know.
He bragged about it.
But it was just about here.
Should we go and have a word with him? Yeah. The one, Janine, that you're unsure about? No.
There definitely knows.
Yeah.
There's 2 on your side. I just need to grab there for a second. 3 on our side. Who's
She's
that?
a no.
She's on your side.
She's on our side.
Have you got
So
your
we've only got
photos?
one at the moment.
You've only got one?
One no at the moment, yeah.
That's the right Debbie, yeah? Right, now let's count these up. Why are you saying no?
He just followed suit with what everybody said and go a bit.
Raymond Thomas. Yes, we did want to keep Raymond Thomas in, because he was a funny character, wasn't he? Yes, that's the one. So there's your yeses. We'll have to go and find her as well, April James. But I know she's here, because I spoke to her.
Is this Scott the one that's in the black?
No, that's David,
David
Lawson, so we'll have to go and find out if he's here. But Karen Wilson, we'll have to go and find out if she's here. I've just got your Karen. Do you know what? We haven't got many.
There's one for the outtake.
We haven't got many yeses.
7, 8, 9, 10.
We've got 10 yeses at the moment. Kevin, I've got to go and find these, see if these people are downstairs.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll be about 5 minutes.
Okay, well, first of all, thank you very much, because I know it's taken absolutely ages today, but that's just the nature of making something like this. You've all done absolutely fantastic, actually. We've been watching you light in the cellars, we've been watching you up here, everything like that, and it's been like an amazing achievement. Lorraine?
Yes, thank you very much for being here, but unfortunately on this occasion we're going to have to say no. But we really do thank you for joining us and participating, and wish you well with whatever you do.
He had died of a heart condition they didn't know of, that he was unaware of, and it's just sort of poof, gone. So I keep getting the pain going up my arm and then coming into my chest. That to me, that signals to me that he would have gone with a heart attack. And he made a very plunge. I did get Edward downstairs.
The three of us bought this place, and one of the lads has died since.
Yeah. My right arm is freezing with aching, right the way down, absolutely.
Yeah, my legs are really cold.
I think it was when Mick was talking and all my hair's stood on end.
On your hand?
Yeah.
But I feel quite emotional.
Shaking. Just felt like somebody's like pushing my right shoulder down.
I can't actually see that woman's face now. She's disappeared.
Well, I thought I had face changed into a bloke, I did.
Paula, you need to step forward. Get him off. Get him off for me, please. I'm going to just step at the side, don't you? Come on, step down.
There was a lady who's just been affected. I personally went to sit in the seat where she was affected. Nothing on the K2, but I did feel very cold there. It was a lot different energy when I was sitting before, so possibly that could be an explanation.
Well, thank you all very, very much for being with us today. We hope, in a strange way, you've enjoyed it.
I've just had to deal with the people I've just had to say no to. And it's a very upsetting thing, but that's the way it goes, okay? So just to let you know, we're all human. It's upset me a lot. It's upset them. This is the way this goes. Congratulations to every single one of you.
Thank you.
With parapsychology, we look at three main areas of anomalous human experiences, and these are extrasensory perception, ESP, which is telepathy, clairvoyance or precognition, psychokinesis, the ability to affect people or the environment via the power of the mind alone, or survival. These are any experiences that suggest mental activity beyond the physical body, such as out-of-body experiences, near-death experiences, or hauntings with apparitions that might show conscious awareness and show some possibility of life after death or the mind surviving after death.
What we are looking for are physical violations of the laws of physics. What we need to do is make sure this equipment that you are using are not only going to record any potential paranormal activity, but that you yourselves understand what you are doing and how to use them. There's no point in having a piece of equipment that you're just going to wave around because you've seen it on a TV program. You've got to understand what it is, what you're trying to prove, and how to use it. Because if you don't use it correctly, you're probably going to get completely false readings.
We're here in the hub. There's cameras set around all the building. We've got 4 cameras in all. They're being all wired back to the central DVR, being recorded constantly. And as you can see them on the projector screen on onto the wall, and we've got 4 areas. They're all locked off basically, and waiting for people to get in there.
What have you brought this evening?
Dowsing rods.
Do you have a natural affinity to using the rods?
Yeah, I think they're really helpful.
What's really important for everyone to realise is that if you're ever going to use methods of divination, such as pendulum and rods, that you use it in collaboration with other people. One person getting results isn't necessarily going to be useful information.
All of you here tonight have come because you're all claiming that you have a special ability in paranormal investigation or as a medium or any other techniques. So all we can do is just give you a grounding in terms of physics and psychology. If you've got an ability to show, don't let what we say affect you. But
why have you brought Frank's box?
Well, we actually get words come up on it and names.
Right.
We've actually asked for 4 people's names consecutively, and it's given us 4 people's names consecutively.
This is an example of technology being used for a purpose that it wasn't designed for. So I can see that you've got a very good microphone on there.
It's the personal sound amplifier.
Is there good directionality with that? Because it's very important that you can pinpoint an area.
It is quite, it measures up to 100 feet, we can get readings from.
But can it record?
It can.
Anything physical, we're looking for it to be recorded so it can be experimented, analysed and pulled apart by basically skeptics like myself.
Okay, do you think we're going to capture any phenomena tonight, do you think?
Well, hopefully, that's what they're there for. Right, well this is our DVR recorder. All the cameras are wired back to this centrally. So basically when people are roundabout in the building, we can see where they are and what they're up to.
Crystals moving or using the dowsing rods. In psychology, we put this down to the ideomotor effect, but very subtle muscular movement. If we want it to happen, sometimes we can will it to happen, but more so in the unconscious mind. Particularly if you're in a haunted location, someone's told you particular areas of that location are haunted, and you go into them, it's more than likely that you'll have an experience in those rooms that people have told you. So in that case, psychology has taken over.
Latest trend is digital divination. We're using devices like this to effectively try and make contact with spirit by changing the lights to occur. Do you find you get good results with this?
Yeah, we do, yeah.
Okay, interesting.
In psychology, we sometimes use EMF meters because we've found that in parapsychology, there are correlations between people having anomalous experiences and high EMF levels in certain haunted locations. So if we can find out which areas within a location often have paranormal experiences, we can see if they coincide with high EMF levels and look for correlations between unusual human behaviour and EMF effects.
Thank you. So what you've brought now, a Gauss meter, why are you using that?
Yes, we use this to again check the electromagnetic field. We use base test lines before we start an investigation, so we can know where any electromagnetic fields are coming from.
Thinking, what have you brought this evening?
This is a laser thermometer.
Why have you brought that particular piece of equipment?
A lot of people claim that the colder temperatures in a certain area is evidence of paranormal activity. So I can just go across the room, fire the laser and find out how cold it is from straight across the room.
What they're good at finding is sweeping a room very, very quickly to find particular temperature differences in a room. What they can't do is localise an area of space. These are not particularly accurate. Each one needs to be calibrated. So there's no point saying it was 5 degrees. That's almost meaningless because it depends on the material you happen to point this at and the surrounding temperature. What it can point out is if you're in a room and you've measured the baseline temperature around the room as 15 degrees and suddenly a piece of paper that was not in contact with a human being suddenly dropped to a 5-degree temperature, that is significant. Measuring an absolute temperature with this is not effective. These are perfectly designed and were designed for measuring your cables inside your house. They love mobile phones. They love all sorts of devices that we have around the house. They are designed to scream madly in the presence of everyday life. And unfortunately, I've seen too many people pressing this button, hearing that sound and going, oh my God, there's a ghost. And I've seen people run away saying, it's following me, because it's still making this noise.
Okay, I'm a psychic medium. What's the very, very first basics of mediumship and psychic? And that is protection. You can use angel wings, you can use a bubble, you can use a light, you name it, there's that many. Actually, even a quilt. I zip my kids up in a quilt at night, I do. But mine is actually ice, believe it or not. I get in a coffin of ice. But hey, damn, don't even ask that one. But it's still, even water is classed as protection, isn't it? Okay, it's a cleanser. So it's the same, or salt, because it's protection. So the first thing you must do is ground yourself.
Normal protection within the group is just white light. I normally do an opening up exercise before that to go through the colours of the rainbow, but then the protection is stepping into white light.
Okay, first thing we want to do is relax, okay? Literally, be you. Please be you. I don't want to bore you with a lot of talk because obviously you're eager. And you're eager to get round this building and find out what you're picking up, you know, and I'm hoping we're going to get a lot. I know bits, but it'd be interesting to see what all you lot pick up.
And we're just waiting for the spirits to come out and play, and hopefully it'll be a good night.
If somebody picks something up, I'll normally just take a photograph around them and see if I get anything on camera.
Are there any spirits here with us? Please come and talk to us.
Show us your presence.
Just come and talk to us.
You know what? Every single one of you is just standing there.
I could do it mediumistically, and that's quite easy, but that's not what we're after tonight. You're trying to prove the equipment that you've got may pick things up. So I do understand that may have to be listened to in a different way to get the results. But I mean, it's a question if there are spirits there, how many?
Static wise, we don't know whether it's going to pick it up.
What do you make of it?
You do it and nothing happens at all. And yet other times you'll get it and you'll get the same voice coming through, giving you the answers. Now, I'm not saying it works all the time, but sometimes it really is good. If you ask it a question and it comes out with a swear word, it's very rare you get a swear word over the radio waves. And when you do, you think, oh, hang on a minute. But if you get the same voice each time...
FM, you get more radio stations and a lot more songs and that coming through, whereas on AM, it's a bit more static.
What is hard is I've never really stood here to try to do anything, and I've actually picked something up while we've been standing here myself, which is new to me, and it's the only way that I'm going to say anything tonight because I know the history of the building, I know what's going on in there. So the only reason I'm saying that is because of what I'm picking up out here now. So, you know, I think it could be measured, I think it could be.
Well, something's happened with the camera and I wouldn't chip in otherwise, but, you know, I know what it takes it has to go down 3 steps and it shows up on there and it just came up and I couldn't understand why it was on, but it's been flicked.
Right.
And I know other stuff's happened here when I've been here before, so.
Oh, right in this spot.
Right. So again, would that coincide with the EMF levels? Anyone that's got an EMF meter, have you got unusual readings?
There is some activity here, something just in front. Nice nails.
Thank you. If there's any spirits in the room, can you let us know you're here by tapping one of us, making a noise, or coming up to one of our devices in the room? If there's anybody here, can you make 1 tap for yes? If there's any spirits in the room, can you make a tap or a bang? 1 tap for yes. 1 tap for yes. Any spirits in the room? Let us know you're here.
Can I just
I would just
want to
tapping.
say, I can hear tapping. It's
like
like
one of these.
very, very slight, faint tapping.
Well, I can hear it
heard it over
really
there.
loudly on this.
Over there.
If there's any spirits in the room, can you come up to the device in the centre of the room, go up to the green light. Flash.
So it's 20, yeah, so it is colder on this side.
So you're placing there.
It's just the temperature.
It's just a slight drift.
It'll take the temperature of the actual room rather than locating a certain point in the room. So we'll just, as we're putting it by the window, just so we can see if there's a draft coming from the window.
I feel quite hot standing there, even though you say there's a draft coming from there. I don't feel cold whatsoever. I feel quite hot.
A lot of people hold them over the finger, but then again, you're still going to have the pulses rippling through. So my personal take on them, I don't use them.
What we're basically going to do is, if you can all just walk around and do what you're doing, and then when you feel so you have some information to give, if you could come out, you know, one at a time, come out the door and do a piece of camera with pause.
Kind of activity that's going on, and all that we ask is for you to just show us in your way by lighting up these lights. We're not here to harm you, we're here to applaud you to do this, and we welcome you to here tonight.
As soon as I walked into that room, I started swaying. I'm still swaying now. All down my left side of my body just started as if pins and needles coming up and down.
Money issues, you've run out of money, and I believe that he may have set this place on fire when he would have owned it, because I believe he would have lived here. But I believe that somebody was caught up in the fire that passed away relating to the fire in the back room, and that certainly could have been like his wife.
I felt like he was looking for his wife.
I've also picked up a young lady that was walking up and down the upper bedroom, and very anxious. I could pick up on her feelings. She paced a lot.
That she should have been there somewhere, but he just couldn't find her.
A lady with a funny hat thing, I want to say almost Quaker, dressed in the grey or black.
I wouldn't have heard of a lady who had like a black sort of skirt on that. As you came down, it had like a white penny.
And with a white funny hat thing. She's been around all day.
And then there was a weird smell.
It was a very strong smell of gas. I've got a feeling that there's gas lamps or leakage of gas.
It's like quite suffocating in the room when we was upstairs.
I found it really hard to breathe. My chest was really tight.
Then as I went further into the room, there was a smell that actually came to me as well, which was a combination of like candles burning, but it was like a musty death smell, is the only way I could explain it. I couldn't quite figure out what the smell was, and I kept on sensing round.
And then the burning just keeps getting to the back of my throat all the time.
I don't know whether I should say this on camera, but there's a prostitution thing here. So this has been used for a house of illicit ladies.
That's all. I picked up a lady called Rose, which I felt would have been like, I suppose in today's day and age, like a modern prostitute.
I believe the lady's still stuck here.
I can hear the name John being called, so I know that John is significant.
No, I'm just getting the name Turnbull or John.
Also the name Jonathan Connolly.
Again, if you like to wander anywhere around here, around that section, they've got to be careful underfoot. And if you feel that, you know, if you want, like I say, you just come back to Paul and do a piece to camera.
But when it gets pixelated by the flash and gets reflected back, then it appears as though it's a big thing that's right next to someone, or it's over someone's head, and you know, then people start to get this kind of group panic and say, oh, you know, I'm starting to get something, and then that's where a paranormal experience might take over. But again, that's where the psychology comes in.
Theory on dust particles is that they're actually transparent. Am I right? Moisture and dust particles and normally appear as transparent on a camera. That's solid.
Well, it depends. I mean, you can't just like take a picture and have every single dust particle or hair fibre or insect that's within that scene that you're taking a photo of appear. It just takes that little movement of it being in the right point to actually catch the flash and reflect back, which is why in that one we have one. So it's more likely in that one that it could be an insect because it's very bright, it's very clear, and it is just one as well. Yeah.
Right, you've got to come
Right,
here.
yeah.
Yeah, I've got somebody stood down here by the side of me, so without a doubt, I want to take some photographs over this way. So.
But also I wanted to come in here as well, as if this would have been like a route in here. This is the way forward. So certainly as I'm coming down into here, but something is settling around by here, definitely. this would have been his area. Nothing went on without him knowing down here. And the children, it's important with him with the children, but keep them out of the way. And I feel that's where the children would have been kept out of the way over there.
Yeah, I got
it's,
that.
It's the noise of the children is in the distance. We can put that to a test, can't we?
Yeah,
You know,
put it to a test.
Each other. And
Hey,
so if we put it to a test, do you want to call out first?
Would you like to come forward and come and speak with us? Come on, kids. Come and play with us. Would you like to pull somebody's hair?
Has anybody been ensured that the infrared light isn't...
When you spoke, that's
Yeah.
what
It moved, yeah.
Go on, and again.
But if we kind of like all keep now together and quiet, and instead of us all jumping in together,
Just keep talking.
going. If you argue with us, then give us a significant sign that.
Do we know that the's no wiring or anything underneath?
We've done a full sweep of the room.
Yeah, it's completely flat.
I love it.
So, yeah.
Sorry?
You've done anything in the solar, yeah?